Hello, my friends on YouTube. Today is October 6th, 2024. Today is the anniversary of the war between Egypt and Israel in 1973, which is 51 years since this day. And because of the lunar calendar and the solar calendar, the day changes. Because October 6th, it was Yom Kippur for the Jewish people in Israel. And last year it fell on October 7th. And this year I checked on my phone, it will be October 12th. And I believe this is because of the change of timing in each year. The Jewish people observe the lunar calendar. I don't know how they calculate it, but anyway, it's always on a different day. Okay, who wants to become a caliph next? Of course, no one will want that. However, somebody will have to carry the banner of Allah. And I'm not saying that actually to feel satisfied or happy. I'm not, because there are many people are suffering on both sides, but specifically people in Gaza and in Lebanon. They are victims of stupid ideology. They are victims, and somehow, unfortunately, they've been brainwashed by the ideology and by the people surrounding them, by the religious leaders, and by the media. The religion, or the whatever you want, if you want to call it religion, it came, and I'm going to put few. I mean, you can actually write Quran and put the word hate or killing or murder or whatever, and so many verses will come that you should kill the infidel, you should kill this, you should kill that. And the infidel are practically everyone who does not agree with you. That means if I'm Muslim Sunni, the Muslim Shia, to me, he's an infidel and I should get rid of him. And vice versa. The Muslim Shia will want to get rid of me too. So it's a mess. It's actually a mess. And the president of Egypt back then in 1973 was, I would say, a wiser man than many others. Because he came to the understanding that Israel is a force to be reckoned with. We cannot and we should not think that we can wipe them out, wipe the Israeli out. And they cannot wipe us out. So let's learn to live together. At least externally, he looked like that. Internally, I have a reservation. But anyway, at least he came to that recognition. So he took the decision with the military leaders that we will cross, because if you are aware of that history, previously the Israeli forces forced the Egyptian to lose all of the Sinai Desert and go beyond the Suez Canal. So the Israeli, they were on the east side of the Suez Canal, and the Egyptian, we were on the west side of the Suez Canal. So that was a barrier to stop the fighting anyway. And President Sadat back then, he made the decision that on Yom Kippur, which fell on October 6, which is today, to cross the Suez Canal and fight the Israeli. And because it's a day of fasting and prayer, most of the Israeli soldiers were resting, and they did not really expect the attack. So it was a surprise, and the Egyptian forces managed to take a foothold on the east side of the Suez Canal, and they put heavy equipments and stuff like that. And within about 2 weeks' time, the president of Egypt, he called for peace. He called for negotiation, which was a very good step. Negotiation. Find a middle point so that our sons don't get killed and the Israeli sons don't get killed. That was his, and I appreciate that. And back then was Mrs. Golda Meir, the Prime Minister of Israel. She agreed and they worked a deal. And they returned the Sinai Desert, which is a huge land. I think it's 1/3 of the size of Egypt. It was taken away because also of a stupid decision made previously. And all these stupid decisions that has been taken and still are taken is because of the culture that we grew in. And this culture is a culture of hate of others. And if you are not following what I say, you are the enemy of God and therefore you are my enemy and ought to be gone. So we learn this before we are born. This, when your parents are praying, they are reciting these words. To hate the Jews, to hate the Christian, to hate everyone. They ought to be killed. I'm going to put you there, but you can Google things like that on the internet and they will come up to you. But I just wrote the word and I'm going to put you a few verses. It shows you how insignificant the non-believer is. Like, for example, of course, the Jews are in that book are so humiliated, and then the Christian and everyone else. You don't believe in this stuff, you ought to be hated and killed. So what Israel did here is that they really, since Egypt signed the peace treaty with Israel, they never attacked us. And there is no reason to. However, when you have a faith, if you want to call it faith, that always making even unfortunately, the media, whatever media, even like BBC Arabic, I'm sorry, they refer to the Israeli as they are the attacker. Well, they are attacking now, I have to agree. Yes, they are attacking. But attacking who? When they attack, what's his name? The leader of Hezbollah, Nasrallah, Hassan Nasrallah. They are attacking him for a reason. When they attack his cousin, they are attacking him for a reason. When they kill Yahya Sinwar, they are killing him for a reason. These people are committing atrocity, and they wouldn't hesitate to kill civilians, as we saw on October 7th, 2023. Many civilians were murdered brutally. Okay? At the order of these people. They gave the order to go, and they went. And they did this atrocity. My question to you, none had to foresee that this can be disastrous on you, on your children, on the innocent people living in Gaza, in Lebanon, and probably soon in Iran. You poked the bear, or the tiger, as they say. Why do you do that? Why you didn't calculate the consequences? And now the media's coming up always when they mention Israel. The enemy, the Zionist, the attackers. Okay, Zionist, that's pertaining to Zion. Okay, they are Zionist. I agree. I mean, I'm from Cairo, Egypt. If you say it, if you tell me you are a person of Cairo, yes, I am. You are from Cairo, yes. It's not an insult to me. So if you call a person from Zion, which is a mountain, I believe, in Israel, he will tell you, yeah, I'm a Zionist. And even if the ideology of Zion as the whatever, do you think they will be ashamed to tell you I'm a Zionist? No. But you have to humiliate. You think it's humiliation. Always if you mention the Jews and you don't call them by their name, you don't call them Christian, you call them Nasara, which is humiliating them. Okay? The Jews, the Christian, and the non-believers, the infidels, the filth. Huh? You give them all these names and you think this is okay. And when it comes to naming them this way, I guess they don't respond. But when you go and murder innocent people, it's your problem because you didn't calculate well. And then you come now and say, oh, they are attacking us, they are killing our men and women, they are killing our children, It's casualty. It's war casualty. What do you want? What were you thinking when you took the step to kill innocent people and take hostages? Don't you think there will be a consequence? So at the end, we all have certain culture that we inherit. And most cultures are really driven from religions. And when you have a religion, let's say Christianity, for example, focus a lot on forgiveness. I have no problem with that. Actually, forgiveness is very hard if you try it. The person who forgives another person is actually stronger than a person who especially respond quickly to a person who hurt him or her. A person who have self-control, in my opinion, is stronger than the person who reacts right away. Especially that one who reacts right away. And you think this is what you call machoism, I responded right away. I hit him back. Whereas actually it takes a lot of courage and power to refrain from attacking back. And it takes more to forgive. But the culture that we grew up in, the culture that we inherited, taught us from young age to hate the Jews, to hate the Christian, to hate the non-believers, and even when it comes to within the same religion, the Sunni Muslim, unfortunately, he hates the Sunni Shiite and he wants him dead, and vice versa. Now, the Muslim Sunni and Shiite, Hamas is Sunni. But they can look at the Muslim Shiite and they say, at least they believe in the same book. although they are not really Muslim, but once they shake Israel or get rid of Israel, and then we can fight each other as Muslim. And this since the beginning. Since the beginning, when this ideology started, the very first group of people who followed the founder of this faith, if you want to call it faith, they killed one another. There is a hadith that the founder of Islam said there are 10 people, they will go to heaven regardless of what they do. And all these 10 people, they killed one another. So I don't know who was right, who was wrong, but they murdered one another. The young wife of the Prophet, Aisha, she fought his cousin, the cousin of the Prophet. His name was Ali, the fourth caliph. And tens of thousands of people, both Muslim from both sides, died in two fights, Siffin and El Gamal. Two fights. Tens of thousands, both of them Muslims, murdering one another. And the leaders. Even the Prophet of Islam, the Shia says, his wife poisoned him. His two wives, the daughter of Omar, the second Caliph, and the daughter of Abu Bakr, the first Caliph. They worked together to poison the Prophet of Allah, and seems to have succeeded. They say that the first Caliphate also was poisoned. Omar was stabbed. All of them, they killed one another. Muslim killed Muslims. All the Muslim Caliphate, they were killed by Muslims, not by Buddhist or Hindu. No, Muslims. So this, because the teaching from the beginning is based on conquering others. I was looking for a video that I watched a while ago, maybe 10 years ago or longer. It was an imam from Saudi Arabia. His name Al-Rifi. He doesn't make any videos now because the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia probably put him under house arrest or something of that effect, because he was one of these people that he is charging people that they should hate the Jews, the Christian and non-believers, and he was spreading his venom that you have to hate everybody if he is not following that way of Islam, that particular way that he is speaking of. Everybody has to be hated, fought, and probably killed. So I'm grateful that the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia shut these people up. And probably that video also has been taken. And in this video, he was actually, you can see the arrogance. He was talking about the city of Khaybar, that it had mainly a group of Jewish people who were farmers. So they go out, they attend their farms and they work in their farms. And then at the end of the day, they go to their resident area. It's fenced, and they go inside and sleep, and next day they go to work, and so on and so forth. That's their life. They are farmers. So the Prophet of Allah goes, he surrounds their residence, and he calls them out to fight. But these are farmers. They are not army. They didn't have an army. They don't fight. They don't want to fight. They don't know how to fight. No, come and fight. So this Imam from Saudi Arabia was saying, you see, they are just Jews. They're afraid. They are coward. They don't want to come out to fight the Prophet of Allah because they are coward. I have something to say here. Actually, who's coward now? You were challenging an army challenging civilians to come and fight, and civilians are not prepared to fight. But now it's an army against an army. Which army is coward? I let you answer that, Mr. Arifi. Which army is coward? Which army is hiding under hospital, under mosques, under residential area with women and children above, and he is hiding in the tunnel underneath? Who is the coward? Who? Okay, so anyway, this is the anniversary of October 6th. Tomorrow, October 7th, that's another anniversary. Hopefully things will pass relatively at peace, and Lebanese people are paying heavy price because they didn't know how to deal with these invaders who took over their country. And believe it or not, I feel the Israelis are doing a favor to the Lebanese people. They are cleaning their country from this disease because they took over by force. They stole the country from the Lebanese people. They stole it. And they didn't just steal it, they're using it as a base to practice terrorism. And Israel is not doing what it done like in 2006. Like they were teaching them a harsh lesson so that they don't do that again. No. Be prepared, Lebanon and the Lebanese. The Israeli army now is there for the long run. And the long run, it means total uprooting of this organization. Total uprooting. It will take time, it will take money, but there will have to... You can't live in fear all the time that somebody is going to do that to your wife and children and kill innocent people and take some hostages and make you live in fear. That's my opinion. That's my feeling. This is what will happen. It's not like I'm encouraging anyone to fight. I hope the fight will stop and these people will come to their senses and stop fighting altogether and end this. Leave this nonsense that encouraging you to hate others and kill others who don't believe in the same thing you believe in. Leave this nonsense. It's garbage. Leave these ideas. It belongs to the 7th century, not now. And even it didn't belong then. It was barbarism then. Imagine now. Thank you very much. We hope to hear from you.